Here are some mistakes that are keeping you skinny, okay? And if you don't mind, which I know you don't, I'm going to make my morning breakfast, my nice little morning smoothie, so you could pay attention and see what I eat, and maybe you could copy what I do, but whatever. Here are the mistakes that are keeping you skinny. First and foremost is that you are not tracking. You have no idea what you are supposed to be doing, and you are winging it based off of your own fucking ego because you think you know everything. And the reason I know that you think you know everything is because I used to be you. I used to be, sub 160 pounds. Now I'm 190 or whatever the fuck it is now. And I used to think I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to search top workouts to do. And, that's what's going to get me, the results. Not realizing that I wasn't tracking and had no fucking clue what that guy needed to eat, what that guy needed to do, or what day of his workout week it was. Like, I had no fucking clue. And I was just assuming, right? And so, one, you don't need to assume because I have a whole program linked below, the Lean Bulk Blueprint. Also, if you want one-on-one coaching, you can just DM me on Instagram, right? Let's see. It's probably a little sour. It's okay, actually. It's all right. I know the Guyanese and Filipino community are getting mad at me for what I'm doing right now with this mango, but it is what it is. Fuck off. My grandmother did teach me better than this, but I have a run to go on, and I want to get a little bit of leg workout and whatever. I wasn't tracking, and I know you're not tracking, because then you would see why the results aren't coming. You have no data. I almost cut my fucking finger off. You have zero data to see or to compare against as to why what you're doing isn't working. And it's like, if you're not being consistent, you're not going to the gym every day, you don't have an actual workout program that works for men like you, right? Men that were skinny and just wanted to build a strength. They can't bench 2 plates or they can't rep 2 plates. Like, you need to do things that work for you. And when you don't do that, when you go off of what everybody else is doing, then you're going to get some mixed results. And when I say mixed results, I actually mean shit results, right? And so it's like, one part of me understands why you're cocky, because like you're used to not having to work out and like looking good, like you get a little bit of a 6-pack and all that stuff. But like, think about, when was the last time that you went out and a woman complimented you on your body? When was the last time a woman, asked you for directions and then touched your biceps, put her hand on you just because? When was the last time someone asked you for help? Like, oh, hey, can you help me lift this? When was the last time that has happened? Because it happens to me weekly. It probably happened to me. It would probably happen to me every day if I went outside more, but I don't really like people. I don't like being around most people. I'll say that. Not that I don't like people. I just don't like being around most people. And also, my job requires me to be at my place of employment most times. So, the only time, I guess, yeah, people are asking me for help in my job. But the point I'm making is that no one asks you for help. Women don't find you sexually attractive or aren't lusting over you. They're not buying you drinks when you go out, or, like, you gotta jump through hoops just to get her fucking Instagram. She won't even give you her number. You gotta get her Instagram. And it starts with physical prowess. It starts with your body. It starts with your physical representation to the world. And when you're not tracking, when you're not consistently going to the gym, those two things are a recipe to failure. They're not a recipe to success. They're a recipe to failure. No structure, no strength. Okay? Say it again. no structure, no strength. And like that, right? This is a common mistake. It's not like it's some like a unheard of thing. And it's like you know that you need to be consistent. And you say, "Yeah, I know I need to be consistent," but you don't continue to be consistent. And the reason is, I'll tell you the real reason. The real reason is your arrogance, but it's because you're a bitch. You're a bitch who doesn't actually want it enough. You don't want to build the muscle, build the life, build the business, build the career, build the family, etc., etc. Build the health. You don't. Yes, I know how much I can afford. You don't want it bad enough. And I can understand why you don't want it bad enough because you haven't seen the results. You've only seen it on other people. And I used to be that same way. I saw it. I saw other guys in the gym working out, doing a thing. Oh, let's turn this. I saw all guys in the gym working out, doing a thing. And, I saw girls looking at them and all that stuff. I saw the results on other people. I never saw it for myself. I never saw it on myself. And so I just didn't think it was going to happen. It's like watching Brad Pitt on the TV screen. It's like watching an actor, I don't know, pick an actor, fucking, Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious. It's like, I'll never have that cool car. I'll never be that guy who does that. That's only the rock stars. And it's like, part of that is not even your fault. That's like programmed into you by the people around you, your coworkers, your family, because they've never achieved these things, or they tried to achieve these things and failed once, and then they quit and never kept on going, not understanding that failure is part of success. You have to fail first, right? You have to fail to succeed. Getting those L's is what leads to W. Here's an L. Here's an L. Like that? I just made that up. I'm going to use that again. Here's an L. Here's an L. Part of that success is by failing. Part of building muscle is going to failure, right? True failure. Really pushing yourself and going to the next level. Going to the next level. Hold up. Some water, the 8 ounces or so, maybe 6 ounces. Make it thicker. Da-da. So we've got consistency. We've got tracking, which was the first one. We've got fear of failure. And now my last point is we don't have structure. If you don't have a proven plan, like I have linked below, if you don't have someone on your ass, like I do with my one-on-one training, it's going to be that much fucking harder. Okay? When I started this shit, I started with no one. I started with nothing. I worked out and got results, but it wasn't the ideal results. My neck was skinny. My biceps were just too big compared to the rest of everything else. Like I wasn't proportionate. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't look sexy. I gained some confidence, and thank by the grace of God, your boy not too ugly. I'm decent looking. I was able to get women, and I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to compete with the guys who were, better looking, more shaped, taller, right? Because I'm only 5'10". So I wanted to compete with the guys, and it's New York City, right? I live in Georgia now, but I lived in New York City at the time because I'm from Queens. I wanted to compete with the guys in Manhattan, and the top guys are making a bunch of money. They're 6'3", 6'4", white guys with blue eyes, like, nice haircut, nice jawlines. I wanted to compete with those guys. I wanted to be able to get the women that those guys were getting, regardless of, what her reasons are for it. I wanted to be able to at least contend, at least get the same flirting status, because that's what I wanted. I used to be so jealous of seeing, like, guys in the middle of the day while I was working for fucking Amazon and the post office and stuff like that. Like, I was delivering fucking boxes and shit, and seeing them in the middle of the day. Oh, no, it wasn't even that. I did that way later. This is when I was delivering DoorDash. Yeah, and I was doing it by foot because I didn't have a car, I didn't have a bike, I didn't have a scooter, I didn't have any money. I was doing it by foot, and I was DoorDashing, and it would be like Tuesday afternoon at 12 p.m. And you go to the lower part of Manhattan, and people are having meetings and brunch and smiling, having a drink, eating good food, like having a nice plate of sushi that's made by this 3, 4 Michelin star, whatever the fuck star it was, right? Like seeing them do that, and I was like, I want to compete. I want to take myself to the next level. But like, you have to be willing to see it through. You have to be willing to want it enough. You have to kind of obsess or micro obsess, right? We don't want to make it. We don't want to make the gym our entire lives, right? My program, I don't make it that the gym is your entire life, but it is a foundational part of what you're building. It's those bottom bricks that build the house. It's that first layer, because when you build a brick house, it's so much harder to beat down, right? So when you build your body, it's gonna be hard for someone to comment some negative shit online, or it's gonna be hard for you to be like, oh, I have a bad hair day, and be like, oh, I can't go talk to that girl. Oh, man, I'm not wearing the right clothes. Oh, Jim, I just came out of the gym. I stink a little bit. I can't talk to her. I can't approach her. Versus like, if you're me, if like, why wouldn't you want to talk to me? Why wouldn't she want to talk to me? At the very least, you're gonna get dick down. Why wouldn't she want to talk to me? I can at least pick her up and throw it back on her dick. Right? I can do that. I didn't have that ability before, but I had to build it. And when you want it enough, it's not just about like sex. This could be about, you could translate this to faith, right? When you want to be close to God, you seek him out. You have to go through that process of going to seek him out. It's the same way you got to go to the gym. You have to go and seek it out. You have to go after it. It's one thing to be like, yeah, like I want to be closer to God. He made a whole book to help you get closer to him, right? Like, go in that book. Damn, those words are this tiny, and there's fucking 5 million pages. This motherfucker's this thick. That little fucking book is this thick. And the pages are this fucking thin. And the words are this fucking small. That means I gotta read all this shit. It's gonna take all this fucking time. And then hold up, wait. After I read the entire Bible, if I even read the entire thing, I have to keep doing it for the rest of my life? Holy shit. That's hard. No fucking shit. It takes sacrifice. It takes time. It takes effort to get to greatness, right? God, greatness on display. The Holy Spirit, so, well, whatever. I'm not a linguist, right? I can't fucking speak. You guys watch my videos. You know how I am. Some words I fuck up and it's mangle in between my teeth, so I'm fucked up. Whatever. Point is that nothing is just going to come to you. It's going to happen. And so, yeah, that's all I got for this video. I'm going to make my shake, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time.